Welcome back, guys. This is Midi Night. I got another 5-0 deck for you, this time for the Divine Battle Gauntlet. This is also a pretty effective deck to bring with you to a ranked match. It's just kind of a mid-range control Zeus deck that really relies on the power of stacking a lot of gods. You have a late game with Artemis, Fire Giant, Ares. If you do draw into your Poseidon, that's an incredibly powerful late game card. And your early game is supplemented with Marksman and Brontes. So you're not really trying to get a big lead in terms of damage on your opponent's summoning stone there. It's really more important to try to get value out of trades, and if you can have your Marksman kill 2 people and your Brontes kill 2 people before they go down, you'll be looking really good going into the end game. So your end game with all these nice Fire Giants and your 7 drops, your Athenas, Enyos, you're going to be wrecking, and you'll see in these upcoming games. Alright guys, catch you in a few. Alright, so for our first game, it looks like we have a Zeus mirror match here. I definitely expect to be going against a lot of Zeus mirrors here. Zeus is, I think, the easy choice for the best consistent 5 wins for this gauntlet. Odin is probably the most powerful deck overall, but excuse me, because of some of the really inconsistent draws you get out of that deck, I don't feel it's as consistent going for the 5 and 0 that is required to get your rewards in this game mode. So right here we're going to be probably clearing out this guy's Arachne and his spider here, just to draw some extra cards and slow down his tempo. He takes down my Marksman, which is okay. I feel pretty good having my Poseidon out here. I have another Poseidon in hand because of this wonderful card. He's actually one of my favorite Zeus cards right now. I'm going to be going for the Thanatos here, though. Really comes down to not wanting him to spawn any more of those annoying spiders, and I kind of considered using the Khepri there, but my Poseidon was already down to 1 life, so he would have died before he would have got healed there, so it really wasn't worth the play there. Okay, it looks like he's going to be playing an Aphrodite onto his Nemesis here. Oh man. Well, that Nemesis is going to be kind of annoying to deal with, but at the same time I could also just use my Poseidon there and bounce them both. But in the end, it's not really worth it when you consider that both Aphrodite and Nemesis have good come-into-play effects. So we end up playing our Enyo here, and I've got a 5/5 and that 0/3 that is something that must be dealt with, while he has what's soon to be a 3/5 with 2 protection, which he should have went into my Enyo here. Yeah, he does. Well, I top deck a Thanatos here. It's a really nice pickup for me. Also going to be dropping my Arachne rather than pumping the Thanatos. Going into turn 7, I'm more worried about him dropping an Artemis or an Ares and just one-shotting the 4/4 Thanatos. So I'm just trying to diversify my bonds, in the words of the Wu-Tang Clan. We'll be pumping up the Thanatos now and kind of moving a little bit closer. I'm going to go for a surround on his summoning stone here, and divine intervention to refill my hand. I'm now at a 7-3 card advantage against him. Unfortunately, I think Nemesis is probably going to be my only response to this guy here. Being a 4/4, it's still incredibly powerful. I'm going to be ignoring what he has on the board, and and again, still going for the surround here. I dropped 2 gods this turn, so my Brontes is up to a pretty mighty 5/5 at this point. I also have a pretty decent hand here with the Poseidon, the Athena. Oh wow, he just ascensioned. Ah, he got my Kraken too. That's pretty annoying. And flag is not as good when you don't get to spawn it anywhere, unfortunately. But it's not the end of the world. It still allows me to push a little bit further into the enemy zone. My Brontes is pretty big already. That was a really good Athena right there. Well, let's see. Oh, I got my other Brontes here. So, I think we're going to be going for a really long play here. I have a lot more cards than he does. So we're going to be body blocking my flag and dropping the Brontes, which will become gigantic. Or at least has the possibility of becoming gigantic. He drops a baboon of his own. I'm not really worried about that. My spiders will probably be able to deal with this guy up here. Yeah, let's do that. With the Athena. Sweet. Refill the hand again. Oh man, I probably should have went for the... Probably should have cast a Nemesis here first, rather than pumping the Athena. The optimal play was probably Nemesis, then Athena. But, yeah, it's okay. One misplay here and there. It's not really a big deal when I'm so far ahead on card advantage at this point. I think we're definitely going to Poseidon this guy here. Yeah, that's a good call. Thoth is kind of useless because I have no way to heal. We're going to nuke out this Aphrodite. Got a decent amount on the board. The 4/6 Nemesis is going to be kind of a pain for him to deal with, I think. We got another deicide coming, so I have a lot of creature kill. I don't know how he's going to be able to deal with my onslaught that's going to hit him here. So what I do is I hit the summoning stone here with that 4 damage from Artemis. And I'm going to hit him again. Get him down to 1 life. Yeah, 1 life here. 1 life to live. I don't think he has a way to kill off my Artemis here, and she'll get the final blow if he has nothing else to do. Alright, good game. So it looks like for game number 2, we have an Odin, which could be bad news. Let's see how this goes. I have a decent opening. Kraken is usually pretty good against Odin. You're able to clear out a lot of little 1/1 weenies. And as soon as you get a shield wall going, which is what I like to call a bottom, middle, and top unit placed in front of your summoning stone, you should be able to keep down the skeletal numbers to a minimum. This guy, however, gets an incredibly fast start against me. I'm really considering whether I should judgment one of these skeletons here because of not having a real option to slow him down other than that. Looking at all the high cost of the cards in my hand. I would have really liked him to strike my summoning stone here, which he does, allowing me to deicide that Thor there and bring my Brontes on the attack. Oh, he's got another Thor and finishes that Brontes off. I got a Marksman of my own and end up judgmenting his Thor in the back line. I was kind of questioning whether I should save that judgment, mostly because of Athena, but in the end I think that was probably the right thing to do. We get a Thanatos on the board and pump him up. Got a 4/4 threatening, but he's got 2 damage, but unfortunately it's also Odin who can burst you down like crazy. So he's going super aggro here against me. I'm down to 14 life, which isn't too bad, but to be honest, this is getting a little close to scary for me. Because if you're ever against an Odin and you get down to 12 life or less, you can be comboed out by Loki if that's what they've got. Just something to keep in mind. Keeps increasing his skeleton number here. Really wishing I had another Athena. And I get the Athena, but at the same time we see the Loki dropped, which could become a real problem here. This could be tricky. A shock and awe would have really done a lot here. I try to body block and keep his Loki away from my summoning stone, but unfortunately he's able to get around and he kills my Artemis anyways. We're at 18 to 10 at this point. I've got 7 damage on the board, which doesn't really matter because of what he's got. Looking at what I have in hand, my Divine Vengeance will help a lot, but this is not going to clear everything here, unfortunately. So we clear the board. I drop the Thanatos, literally just a body block, but it doesn't matter because it looks like he's got backstabs. Yeah, as I said, I think Odin's probably the best deck for this, but I don't feel it's as consistent over 5 games. So we're going to be going back and trying to run this back again. Looks like we're about 15 minutes in. And, well, hopefully this 5 games is, we have a little bit better luck here. I have a really good hand. Arachne with my lovely Brontes here is just great. I'm not going to be moving Brontes forward. And what that lets me do is keep everyone out of range of this stupid Apollo. If he left his Apollo where he is, that would probably be his best move here. Let's see what he does though. Yeah, okay. That was a good play there. Fortunately for him, we have the deicide, so it doesn't matter anyways. This game's getting off to a pretty good start already. Brontes is going to be dealing out a decent amount of damage here. We already have a couple spiders on the board, so we'll be able to surround pretty soon. And Enyo will be another unit that we can block off another spawning point for him. So we're really looking at 2 to 3 turns before he doesn't have anywhere to spawn a unit. It's a weird way of playing the deck, but it works pretty good. Well, that was kind of a pain in the ass. Hades and a weakening curse taking out my Brontes' power really is annoying. Reason being is Brontes was my main source of damage. I'm gonna again surround the base he's got here. I silence the Hades, so he's not going to be getting card advantage off of these kills. And at that point, I feel like I kind of got him on the ropes. His 5-drop is really just dealing with what my 2-drop is doing automatically, so it's not really good luck for him. I kind of want to kill this Athena too. But the Hades is more of a threat because he can keep killing things without taking return damage. So we end up using the Nemesis hero power on him instead. Not that we're going to be attacking him or anything. No, when you have an advantage like this on the board, you go for blood, you go for the throat, right? Barring another Athena play, I kind of got him on the ropes here, right? I'm guessing he's going to be trying to attack one of my spiders here. I have a really nice Athena play. I got a decent Enyo play where I could put 6, 8 damage out. I'm going to be one off of killing him here. But, oh, no, I take that back. Yeah, that would have been 2 off of killing him if I used my hero power. It's okay, though. We put him at 2 life. When you have an Athena in hand, it's as close as you can be against another Zeus. Unless he plays the invincibility card on you. Feeling pretty good about this one. I think we're going to be wrapping it up shortly. I deicides my Enyo. That's kind of annoying. Good luck at killing off my Athena in my hand, though. Good game, Zeus Mirror. Good game. Alright. For game number 2, we have another Zeus Mirror. And this was a pretty good match, if I remember correctly. I had a pretty good start, and he did as well. So we had a pretty good standoff here. I open with a Marksman, which is something I usually like in turn 1. I'm considering whether I want to go a little greedy, which I do, and grab this Brontes here. I, however, should have not moved my Marksman forward. What that did do, however, is put his Apollo in range of dying to my Brontes here. So where it looked like it was probably a bad play. That was really just a bait play. And now I have a pretty strong board position against this guy. Oh, Kronos is kind of annoying. Yeah, that's an easy deicide right there. Or that. That's probably a better play, honestly. Zeus for Zeus. You want to save your deicide for Ares. Ares is a pain in the ass to get off the board otherwise. 7-6 is just a lot of beefcake to deal with. He drops a Hades here, which I have no problem with deiciding. It helps me maintain tempo while at the same time pumping up my Athena. But he does kill my Athena, so whatever. We Thanatos his archer here. I thought that execute stops death spawn effects. Death rattle from Hearthstone. I don't even know what it's called in this game anymore. But apparently it didn't. So something where what Thanatos does is if you have a resurrect effect, he does cancel that. It's like something where they respawn in the same square. Thanatos does block that, but apparently for things that spawn around them in a death rattle effect, it doesn't block them. Whatever. Deicide counters his Ares there. As I said earlier, he's really a pain in the ass in this mirror matchup. Have a Thanatos that can't be killed directly, so I'm feeling pretty good here. And an Athena in hand. He kills off my guy anyways. Alright, Brontes drops. Oh man, and an Aphrodite. This is looking kind of scary. But not really. The question really is, do you go late game? I think it's hard not to. It's hard not to just gain value off of that play right there with the Nemesis and the Athena. The other choice was really using the divine, whatever the hell it's called, Wrath of God. It should have just been called Wrath of God. Let's just be honest, guys. If that 5-cost Wrath of God was in play, the question really becomes, what do I cast after that, right? Poseidon didn't really have any good targets. That's what it came down to. And now he does. So we have a active judgment because of the 2 heroes on board. But I would rather just get rid of this Hades with the stupid Aphrodite protection, which is infinitely annoying. I'm going to go for the Kraken here and just start clearing the board. He's down to 2 cards. I still have 5 in hand. I have the life advantage. I can really start leaning on him. This is an important tactic to really understand, which is when you're ahead and you can start taking more risks that start really ending the game. In this sense, I use the Poseidon to clear the Hades for tempo reasons. For no other reason than just tempo. Now that I have the Kraken out, though, I really feel like this game is already over, whether he knows it or not. I'm literally 4 turns away from killing him with just the Kraken. So all I have to do is keep casting creatures and Kraken his summoning stone every turn, and there's really no way of getting around it. This is really the reason why I choose to play Zeus for this Gauntlet. Kraken alone is literally enough of a reason to play Zeus. The buffs to Poseidon is just gravy. Like, Poseidon is super good right now. I don't think a lot of people understand how powerful the card is. Also, the new Kraken in its spell form should be considered a 6 cost play, right? You shouldn't really be looking at Kraken as something you're casting on turn 3, rather than something that you're casting on turn 6 with the Kraken hero power as well, or using it on turn 8 where you power up one of your gods first, use Kraken, the card, and then use a second hero power for the turn because it's a new hero power, and then use the Kraken ability as well. So it's a pretty nice use of 8 mana, to be honest. I got this guy. Kraken alone. Good game, man. Looks like we got Zeus versus Zeus again. Again, the most common matchup I really expected in these. I have a pretty good start. I'm really considering the Divine Intervention versus coining out the Brontes. After watching him not drop a 2-drop, I figured it's better to save my coin and use it at a time where I can really get some kind of advantage out of it. Excuse me. Tonight, by the way, we're drinking some Round Midnight Belgian White from Trouble Brewing. It was a pretty nice $6 12-pack for a variety. Can't really complain. I love my beer. Oh man, he deicides my Enyo. Fortunately for him, I have... I got double Arachne, which he immediately freaking Athenas, but you know, outside of that, things were looking pretty good. I still have pressure on his side of the board. Alright. I still think I have a pretty good advantage because of this Enyo here. He's going to have to address it eventually. Oh man, that really is annoying. I do have the Nemesis Thanatos option here. Probably what I'm going to be going with. Poseidon's also an option here. Yeah, let's go with the Poseidon. Ah, okay. It's a better use of mana. Kind of got him a little surrounded here. He's going to have to choose where to attack. He's got a lot of cards left in hand, however. He's got 6 to my 4. So if this goes a little longer than expected, this might not be in my favor, to be honest. He's going to be moving... Well, interesting. He doesn't even attack my guy there. Alright. So I play my Athena in Judgment, killing off his Ares, and really pushing the advantage that I have because of this Enyo flag here. He deicides my Athena. Spirit of Gaia. Ooh, interesting. I haven't seen that. It's an interesting card. Well, we're probably going to be going for the Poseidon if he's buffing up this Aphrodite, right? It should be going downhill for him really quick. He's got a lot of cards in hand, but he really doesn't have much what's on the board. He's down 10 life compared to me. The Divine Wrath of God was not too bad there. 5 mana left. Let's see what he can do with it. Aphrodite on nothing. not really the best. So, let's see here. Oh yeah, Thanatos is pretty good there. He's going to be erasing my Thanatos, which is just reducing damage because he doesn't have anything else on the board. Oh, he drops a bowman, but again, he really can't utilize that stun because he didn't have any damage dealers on the board when he casted it. Fortunately, because of that good, like really good placement there on his bowman, I am not going to be able to really do anything to kill. There we go. I have no way to really kill anything. But because of shock and awe, what it allows me to do is bounce everything on that side of the board there. It's an odd choice, but remember, tempo is very important when you have your opponent at 15 life or less. His 7 cost play of getting his Ares back on the board to stun one of my 3 creatures is really not very powerful. I'm going to be able to really dominate this guy going forward. I'm going to use CC effects on his high cost cards and just completely ignore the 1 damage that this little bowman can do here. After pumping up my Poseidon up to 2 life, I have nothing on the board that could be killed by him. So effectively he's paid 3 mana for something that does nothing to prevent him from dying. This purification here is really nice on this Ares. It's nice use of that card. Keeps him at a 7/1. What really matters, however, is the fact that we've got him at 5 life. So we're just going to pump up my Artemis to 5 and take him down there. Alright, for our last game, unfortunately the 4th game didn't record. We have another... Oh, I'm sorry. It's not another mirror match. We have a Zeus versus a Mayan deck. Interesting. So, our first thing to deal with is going to be this Hunbats. Double Hunbats is definitely doubly annoying. We kind of have to kill them quickly without really harming these zombies in the back. What it comes down to is 3 zombies really is not a threat at all, right? But 2 Hunbats after killing a zombie or 2 become real threats. For example, killing my Enyo in a shot, or any other big drop that I make. I was really thinking about dropping my Poseidon there to bounce 2 of the zombies and draw a couple cards, but in the end it seemed like it was better used later. Alright, so we're going to be going with isolating this guy's Cabricon and then taking a pot shot at him with the archer here after I Nemesis his life down a little bit. I'm going to be really using this Kraken to bully the opponent along with my ranged attack Marksman here. I think the opponent is in for some problems, to be honest. I'm going to take his Awilix off the board, again, mostly for tempo, also to draw an additional god, but again, mostly because I don't want to deal with... I just don't want to deal with his immediate threats, I guess. If you've noticed, the card total is 6-2, 6-1 now. After this Divine, he's really screwed in terms of card advantage. Like, I eliminate all his threats, and he's forced to concede because of that. So it looks like we're up to our last game here, and it's going to be the Zeus Mirror. I'll be going second. I play a Marksman into an Arachne. And also, I'm really considering playing the Judgment into this Marksman, but instead I use the Nemesis and kill his Apollo with my Marksman. I think it's a much better play. As you can see, I have taken the board position at this point. By powering up my Nemesis, she's able to take down this Apollo. She's able to kill off my Nemesis with this Athena, but tempo-wise, I think I am still very much in the position here to take this game. Decide to kill off his Athena. He puts everything up in a row, so it's hard not to Poseidon at this point. And I think we're looking at, we're going to Judgment the Spider. He's down to 9 at this point, and Divines at on his own. Going to send Poseidon forward, as well as a couple of Fire Imps from this Fire Giant, and really claim this game quickly. Alright guys, it looks like we knocked out this Gauntlet even after that loss pretty nicely. I'll be having a couple more games coming up soon for Grand Melee and for the Greek Pantheon Wars. So check me out for some upcoming videos, guys.